Hi guys, it's Shane from GSI. Excuse my hair, it's been raining quite bad. Hopefully the signal's pretty good. If you can see behind me the historic location what I'm in. The second I walked into this alleyway, even in the daytime, boom, I just wish Neil were here because he'd have probably actually known and talked to the spirit. But it's just, I'll just put to the front facing camera on. It's a very ancient little alleyway, I suppose it's called, just in the middle of York. Hi Cameron. I'm right at the side. I'm just at the opposite the famous shambles where the very historic buildings are, just intact as they used to be. Right at the side of the Golden Fleece pub, which was in Most Haunted quite a few years ago. It's the oldest and most haunted pub apparently in York and possibly England. Hi Mick, and hi GSI, whoever it is. Sorry about the traffic, but we need to come here on a night. It's just absolutely stunning, this place. It's gonna be quite a few people here, but I'll probably get some very weird looks as well, but I'll just take you on a little walk around now. Put the front facing. Just the history here is just absolutely crazy. Just show you this.
Yeah, you go down to the bottom bar. There ain't no afternoon to keep the bottom bar just for dining, so just go down to the bottom bar.
Don't know if you saw that, but I'll just cross over now. We're trying to get run over. It's quite quiet really, the weather's quite poor. But that's the, you can just see how old the building is with the way it's actually like drooping down. And then straight up here, I'll face forward and try not to get people on shot who don't want to be filmed, but the further I walk up, just actually look how close the buildings go together, because they are actually the original buildings. I think we're talking probably about 400 years ago. It's just, I've never actually been on a night, but it'd be interesting to come on a walk around with Neil and a bit of equipment. Probably get some strange looks, just like I am now, just talking to my phone. But if you just look at how old. Turn around, I'm in the hop. My old next door neighbour. Where is the hop? That way, Stephen. I'll come and find you. I'm just here for a few hours just to come and have a look around. Not been for a few years, it's changed quite a bit, apart from these buildings anyway. You can just see, you could literally just peer into someone else's bedroom window, which is absolutely crazy. Can you imagine if a builder built a house like that these days? You'd be complaining, wouldn't you? It's just absolutely crazy. Just lean out your window and just high five the person who's opposite you. That's just absolutely crazy. Oh, by the way, if you come to York, come on public transport, because parking is an absolute nightmare. And it's quite expensive. Just having a look and having a little read, but I'll end this stream in a few minutes, and I'll probably go live again at the York Minster, which is an absolutely stunning building, and show you a bit about that and tell you about the history. This place has been invaded by the Romans, the Vikings, There's a Jorvik Viking centre. There's also the Roman wall, what still surrounds the entire city. So I'll try to show you that. And you can still walk around it as it is. It's one of the most historic places around our area, to be honest, and it's like 40-minute drive away. Absolutely beautiful. So anyway, I'm going to go find my friends now, and I will speak to you all later at a different location. Hi guys, it's Shane again. I won't talk too loud because I've got, as you can see, it's very, very busy. But we'll go. Oh look, I'm with my friend, one of the GSI researchers, the Ghost Walk. I think I'd rather do the walk with Neil, to be honest. I mean, I know it's going to be legitimate, but as you can see, it's a very historic area once again. And we're just walking now to probably the most famous landmark in York, which is one of the reasons why it's a city. And someone's singing. So this is the famous York Minster, which is basically just like a mega church. So as you can see now, this is one of the most beautiful buildings probably in the world, I'd say. Hi Jeanette, just outside of York Minster, just absolutely stunning place. I know in the past Neil actually stood here having an interview when he'd just met the Queen inside, quite weirdly. Yeah, it's a very historic place. They're still, well, I think it's constantly under renovation because of the amount of just vast building. It's absolutely huge, and I know you can go right up to the roof of it and look down and you can see practically over East Yorkshire, North Yorkshire, West Yorkshire and South Yorkshire all the way from the top. But it's just an absolutely beautiful place. I just thought I'd show you anyway. Hey Tess. Jason just avoiding the camera. It's just imagine living in one of them old apartments there. Hi Vicky. And then you get to look at that just out of your window. It's just gorgeous. I think it beats the Louvre in, Notre Dame in Paris anyway. It's absolutely gorgeous. But I won't probably be able to record if we go inside, so there's no point even trying. I don't think so, do you? No, no chance. But if you like this post, GSI are probably going to come back and actually do a live walk around on a night with Neil and all the equipment and see what we can pick up, because there's some seriously old places worth actually going to. Some old graveyards and some alleyways and things like that, what's got quite a lot of historical significance, including murders and things like that. So we'll probably come here and just see what happens. But as you can see, it's just starting to rain again, just to mess my hair up even more. But I will, yeah, it's a very old town. It was invaded by the Romans, so when they started with London, but York was one of the major territorial thresholds. You're talking like 1,000 years ago. It was called Jorvik back in the day, I believe, and so we're talking 1,000 years plus. It had a massive wall that still surrounds the city. You can walk around it, and at one point, I'm not sure if it's before or after the Roman era, the Vikings actually invaded here. So there's a massive Viking heritage. There's a big Jorvik Viking centre to go around and just see just what actually happened and what York was like back in the Viking era. So it's just, yeah, we're talking like thousands of year history. Clifford's Castle, which is, you know, where we parked the car, I think it was like the 1100s. So again, we're talking nearly 1,000 years and the building's still intact, which is amazing, really. It's nice that they've preserved this sort of thing, which we're very lucky, really. So anyway, I will put the front facing on again, and I will speak to you all a bit later on. Thank you. Hi guys, Shane here. I'm live again now. This place, I'm going to go inside it now. It's a 13th century hospital, so you can just imagine the history here. Hi, whoever's done the love arts on this. It's literally a 13th century hospital. Just look at this, and we can actually come in on a night as well. Hi GSI and hi Debbie. And if you actually look at the grounds of this place, I'm going to go inside, but Jason's already been inside and he says him being not even sensitive or anything, it's like he even lost his breath. But just look at this, it's surrounded by the old Roman wall. What if you look there, that's the Roman wall, what surrounds the entire perimeter of the city of York. So that's part of it, and it's literally just inside the grounds here, the old hospital. You can see the old brickwork still here. It's just absolutely crazy. Hi Andrew, mate, handsome Andrew. So I'll go in here now and see what it's like, but it'll be pretty cool to come in here on a night. It looks like it's used, weirdly, as a bike shelter. But just look at this. On a night in here, I can't even imagine. I'm just totally on my own. There's Jason's gone off shopping somewhere. There's like a giant pillar. I can't say an altar because it used to be just an hospital, so I don't see. It doesn't look very hospital-like. It's more like inside of a church or something. It's just weird. But I'll show you one of the signs where it tells you about the actual history of the place. But this is it, St. Leonard's Hospital. It's just, it even looks like an original door. I'd love to go inside that room just to see what's in there, but someone else there now. But just absolutely gorgeous. And then the Roman wall over here. I'm guessing the hospital would have gone all the way round, because this is still the wall of it, so this would have been all the grounds. So potentially some of the activity could be just crazy. I've not personally felt anything, to be honest. When I was at the original place down at the other side of York, where the Fleece Inn was, the oldest pub in York, that did feel slightly different then. That was very unusual. But oh, well, this is crazy. Look at this. Are they graves? I don't know. And it's literally, it's surrounded by the I don't know what they are. Are they graves or something else? It's the right sort of shape for bodies, but I don't know. It just looks beautiful, but it's very, very quiet. There's just me, just absolutely no one here. But let's just have a look here. There's some sort of sign. It might say a bit about what this was, because I'm guessing this was all one giant building. It tells you there's another sign I've just walked by and didn't even realise. So that's what it would have looked like. And that's basically, when I was saying about the Roman wall, it goes all the way round. That's one of the Clifford's Castle and our tower, and that's the Castle Museum. That's all they used to be. They're still there. Actually look absolutely stunning. The entryways into the city, you drive under a really old tunnel, like a little bridge into the city, which is basically they were the only ways in, because York was just done there. And I've been speaking to Jason about the history and what it is. The Romans invaded, they left, and that left Britain vulnerable. And then what basically happened then, that's when the Vikings came over and took over. So, and this was a massive stronghold for the Vikings as well as the Romans, as it's a very geographically sound location, because it's practically halfway between London and Edinburgh. So this is why quite a lot of the tourists from all over the world come to York, because they go to London, see all the crown jewels, Tower of London and all that sort of thing, and then they come to York because of all this, and then they go back up to Edinburgh, which is the other half up in Scotland, and absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, we need to come here because it's not even locked up or anything. Obviously you'd have to be respectful and quiet, but could you imagine? What do you think, Andrew? Do you fancy a little trip here in a few weeks before it starts snowing? We could bring you here, Jackson, as well, when you come over from Florida. I understand you and the guys are saving up to come over and spend a few days with GSI and go on some investigations. This could be a potential place. I mean, we're talking like 800 years worth of history. So the layers of history, as Neil's talked about numerous times, just what would have happened here. So this is a giant plaque actually saying what this all was, the Mint Yard, and it shows you the historic maps. So that's it now. And it just shows you what it would have actually been like. I'll take some pictures and put them actually on, but it basically shows you from 71 AD to 1066. So we're talking 1066 it's another famous date because of the Battle of Hastings, if you're aware of British history. So I think it was 1066, but that's then it goes up into the medieval. Then we've got the 17th to the 19th, and then we've got 20th century, and then we've got today. So the history here, if you're into history, which to be honest, if you're following paranormal, you should be into history, because we're connecting with the history literally in real life. So this is like the best example you can ever have of just going back in history and the different layers you can have going from before. So we're talking AD, so it's not even 77. What are we now? 2016. It's just crazy. That's how far this is known to go back. So, and the fact that it's a hospital, which that's associated with death, really, isn't it? And obviously life-saving techniques, but obviously back in 1540, when this was actually a hospital, would it have would the technology would a hell of a lot different to what it is these days. So there probably would have been a lot more trauma and things like that. So we can possibly come back here and see what happens. So if you'd like that, let us know. Might even bring a few of you in with us. So I'm going to end this stream now, and I will possibly bring up at another location. I might even go into York Dungeon and have a walk around that with this hidden and get scared live. That's Gainesville. Yeah, that's where you're from, isn't it, Jackson? Have I missed any comments or anything? Defo, mate. Oh, good. Nice one, Andrew. We'll have to sort out a night to come here. We're so lucky, really, to live so close to this place. Right, I will speak to you all later. It's just starting to rain now. So, thank you for watching. Bye.